a trip that's scenic and go visit the 63 national parks the United States encompasses. There's 63 national parks to go see and embark. Each one of us has their own history and are equally unique, leaving our own mark. The United States has 63 national parks, which are congressionally designated protected areas, I remark. They are operated by the National Park Service, which is an agency part of the U.S. Department of Interior Service. They're designated for their unique geological features and natural beauty, and also their diverse ecosystems and recreational opportunities. Currently, there's only one way that a national park can be designated in the U.S., and it has to go through the process of going in the United States Congress. Congress can designate national parks by creating a bill. It must pass both the House of Representatives and the Senate. That's being bicameral. Then once it passes Congress, off to the president it goes for their initials. If the president signs it, the designation of a national park's official. Get a grip and take a trip that's scenic and go visit the 63 national parks the United States encompasses. There's 63 national parks to go see and embark. Each one of us has their own history and are equally unique, leaving our own mark. On main scenic coastal islands, visit the National Park of Acadia, the coral reefs and tropical rainforest in the park named for the territory American Samoa. In Arches, Utah, there's over 2,000 natural sandstone arches to go through. Badlands in South Dakota has prairies, pinnacles, and eroded buttes. Visit the canyons on Rio Grande and Big Bend on Texas and Mexico's border. Biscayne protects the Biscayne Bay forward of the marine ecosystem of the parks mostly underwater. Black Canyon of the Gunnison River Star Canyons in Colorado. Bryce Canyon, Utah's not a canyon but a bunch of natural amphitheaters with hoodoos. Canyonlands, Utah's full of canyons, buttes, mesas from the Colorado and Green Rivers. Capitol Reef, also in Utah's there for the water pocket fold here. Explore the 117 caves of New Mexico's Carlsbad Caverns. California's Channel Islands National Parks, and 5 of the 8 Channel Islands it's scattered. Congaree, South Carolina has a large portion of old growth floodplain forest left in this continent. Crater Lake, Oregon lies in the caldera of a collapsed volcano that's ancient. Cuyahoga Valley, Ohio, plenty of trails and waterfalls that do possess. Death Valley National Park in California, Nevada is the hottest, lowest rise place in the U.S. Denali National Park and Preserve in Alaska has Denali is the continent's tallest mountain. Dry Tortugas is the westernmost of the Florida Keys with coral reef support Jefferson. Everglades National Park, Florida's mangroves and tropical rainforest ecosystems. Gates of the Arctic National Park and Preserve protects some of Alaska's Brooks Range Mountains. The Gateway Arch in Missouri commemorates the Lewis and Clark expedition. Glacier National Park in Montana has glaciers, lakes in the Rocky Mountains. Glacier Bay National Park and Preserve in Alaska has glaciers, mountains, glacial bears, and fjords. Grand Canyon in Arizona is carved by the mighty Colorado River as if it used some swords. Wyoming's Grand Teton has amazing mountain sceneries with great designs. Nevada's Great Basin protects the glacier and limestone caves and 5,000-year-old silicone pines. Great Sand Dunes National Park and Preserve of Colorado has continent's tallest sand dunes. Great Smoky Mountains in North Carolina and Tennessee, hiking in the Appalachian Mountains is the move. Guadalupe Mountains has Guadalupe Peak as the tallest point in all of Texas. Haleakalā, Maui Island, Hawaii, named after the volcano that exists. Hawaii Volcanoes protects 2 of the world's most active geological features. Hot Springs, Arkansas's natural thermal springs flowing out of mountains by your sneakers. Indiana Dunes, Indiana sandy beaches and tall dunes of Lake Michigan southern shore. Isle Royale, Michigan, a place of isolation and wilderness to explore. Joshua Tree National Park's landscapes covered with Joshua trees in the Californian desert. Katmai National Park and Reserve in Alaska protects the national and stratovolcano wind at birth. Kenai Fjords also in Alaska protects the Harding Ice Field and its glaciers and fjords. In Kings Canyon, California, visit Kings Canyon and giant sequoia trees at Fairmont. Alaska's Kobuk Valley protects some Kobuk River and 3 sand dune regions. Let's visit them all. Lake Clark National Park and Reserve has Alaska volcanoes, rivers, glaciers, and waterfalls. California's Lassen Volcanic National Park is all forming volcanic types. Mammoth Cave, Kentucky's the world's longest known cave system known Glacier. Mesa Verde, Colorado has over 4,000 ancestral Pueblo archaeological sites. Mount Rainier, Washington State has an active volcano completion site. New River Gorge National Park and Reserve in West Virginia protects the New River Gorge. North Cascades and Washington has highly glaciated mountains, of course. Olympic in Washington has ecosystem from the shoreline to rainforest to the peaks. Petrified Forest, Arizona has tons of 200 million year old petrified wood and tea. Pinnacles, California's named for the road leftovers of part of an extinct volcano. The tallest trees on Earth, the coastal redwoods and Redwood National and State Parks in California, also Rocky Mountain, Colorado, and caves part of Rockies with varying ecosystems inside. Saguaro National Park in Arizona says there's state forest giant saguaro cacti. Sequoia National Park in California protects the giant forest, some of the world's largest trees. Shenandoah in Virginia, my Blue Ridge Mountains covered with forests with diversity. Theodore Roosevelt National Park, North Dakota, visit my Badlands that tied Teddy Roosevelt. Pristine beach, mangroves, forests, and coral reefs, Virgin Islands, U.S. Virgin Islands, spell Voyagers, and Minnesota protects four lakes near the border with Canada in view. White Sands National Park, New Mexico is made up of white sand dunes. Wind Cave in South Dakota's distinctive, unique river formations are rarely found elsewhere. Wrinkles, St. Elias National Park preserve houses Alaskan mountains and volcanoes there. Yellowstone and Wyoming, Montana, and Idaho has lots of geothermal areas. Yosemite's Grand Cliffs, all waterfalls, and old growth forests in California. Zion National Park has mesas, rock towers, canyons here in Utah. And that does include this hiking trip across the United States of America. Get a grip and take a trip that's scenic and go visit the 63 national parks the United States encompasses. There's 63 national parks to go see and embark. Each one of us has their own history and are equally unique, leaving our own mark. Get a grip and take a trip that's scenic and go visit the 63 national parks the United States encompasses. There's 63 national parks to go see and embark. Each one of us has their own history and are equally unique, leaving our own mark. Acadia, American Samoa, Arches, Badlands, Big Bend, Biscayne, Black Canyon of the Gunnison, Bryce Canyon, Canyonlands, Capitol Reef, Carlsbad, Caverns, Canyonlands, Congaree, Crater Lake, Cuyahoga Valley, Death Valley, Denali, Dry Tortugas, Everglades, Gates of the Arctic, Gateway Arch, Glacier, Glacier Bay, Grand Canyon, Grand Teton, Great Basin, Great Sand Dunes, Great Smoky Mountains, Guadalupe Mountains, Haleakalā, Hawai'i Volcanoes, Hot Springs, Indiana Dunes, Isle Royale, Joshua Tree, Cat Mine, Kenai Fjords, Kings Canyon, Cove Valley, Lake Clark, Lassen Volcanic, Mammoth Cave, Mesa Verde, Mount Rainier, New River Gorge, North Cascades, Olympic, Petrified Forest, Pinnacles, Redwood, Rocky Mountain, Sequoia, Shenandoah, and Theodore Roosevelt, Virgin Islands, Voyagers, White Sands, Wind Cave, Wrinkles, St. Elias, Yellowstone, Yosemite, Zion. And that does conclude this hiking trip across the United States of America.